want to go on lighter note here. Okay, my first off, excuse me, I'm going to tell you what my summer plans are. I believe in living. This year I went out and got flowers, planted flowers, have a flower garden. I plant wildflowers. I believe in living. I don't believe in dying, which you do one day, but I don't believe in giving up. That's basically what I'm saying. We're going out to Deb Martin's out to Indiana, the end of June. Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing her again, her and her family again. I'm excited. Um, we're trying to get our GPS working, but of course it might not work. Okay, I might have to get another one. So I'm looking for that one. I was invited out to Delaware, and we're going out to Delaware after we leave Deb's. And I want to get a tent, and I want to go camping. Me and the dogs and Jim go camping. Um, so I'm going to be leading them. Today's the first day officially that it's summer. So, and it's like 95 out, today in PA, so in the eastern part. So it's pretty hot outside. Um, so I'm really looking forward to having a good time this summer and really doing some good things. Um, Basically, what I should have done was get the bike running. We could have been out bike riding. Um, but I didn't do that. I wound up paying to have the truck fixed, and it's good for another 100,000 miles. What I wanted to talk about, though, on a serious note, the other day I had to go in to see my doctor. He squeezed me in. It was an emergency type thing. I didn't want to go to the emergency room because I spent my time in the hospital this year. Both times I almost died. First time I had a stroke. 2 weeks after I got out of Mercy Hospital, after 18 days, 3 times a day of therapy, I ended up having emergency surgery. I had 29 clamps in my stomach. He opened me wide open. He found that I had a blocked bowel. He found that I was all blocked up. And, of course, I was telling my doctor for years about it, a couple of years. But anyway, what I want to talk about. So I almost died there. Okay, so it makes me appreciate life a little bit better and sees things in a lot of different ways. I realize life is short, but until it happens to you, you don't realize how short. But what I want to talk to you about is I ended up in his office Thursday. Thursday it was. And I had been trying to control my sugar, my diabetes. Of course, when I ended up in the emergency room last time, 2 weeks after Mercy, after I had my stroke, after I got out of the hospital, my pancreas shut down. I had no idea, okay? And after that time, it was hard for me to use the medicine to control my diabetes. And not only that, my metformin made me sick. I was on 2 different types, and I was constantly sick. And when I went into the hospital through the emergency room, I was dehydrated because of the diarrhea that the pills caused. Okay, so anyway, I stopped in there because my insurance has changed, and I stopped in there to tell them that. Well, all of a sudden, I just didn't feel good. I mean, I didn't feel good at all for the last week or so, but I was trying to control it in a different way. And of course, they got upset and they started yelling, except for the doctor. He was kind of happy about it. But girls got kind of out of hand with it. But anyway, he took me in and he came back out. He said, "The hell with his sugar." He said, "We're going to nip in the bud." He says, "I'm sorry, your pancreas shut down." He said, "It's no longer even producing a little bit of insulin. You're going to have to go on a shot." Well, the shots that he gave me are the pen shots. They're really neat. Hey, look, they're this, they're this, real tiny little needle you can barely even see with the naked eye. It's already pre-filled. All you have to do is set it right here on this number of many units as the doctor tells you. Now, here's what he did with me. Now, I test my blood sugar like 7 times a day because I'm trying to get my sugar under control, and I'm trying to regulate it, and I'm trying to use good judgment about it. Okay. First off, he went and weighed me. I weighed 40 pounds overweight. So guess what? Cheryl's going on a diet as of today. Okay. Um, the holiday's over with, so, and with the way my sugar's been running, I have to be really, really careful. Since I've been on, this is what they call a pen insulin. Okay, I'll get up here. Pen insulin. Now, this is what they call the Novaloc. Now, I take another type at night The the but if I don't need it at night, I don't take it at night. It's a long lasting. This is a short lasting. Okay, this is called the Flex Pen. If you're a diabetic, request for the Flex Pen because I'll tell you what, it does not hurt. I mean, I slowly put the needle in, just clamp it down, and until it goes to zero, I know I got it in there. You know, when I go ahead, I have to take a shot every time I eat, which means breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then at nighttime, I take my other insulin. I forget what the name of it is. But anyway, I test my sugar at least 6 times a day. Now, my sugar in the morning has been running about 200, which I think is high for during the night. Okay, but I've gotten my sugar under control pretty much now. It's like between um, 200 in the morning, and then I bring it down to normal, which is about 120. Okay, now that I'm clean, I'm detoxing my system out. So once I detox my system out, okay, I'm he knows I experiment, and I don't go to the emergency room unless it's really an emergency. I do not go if my sugar's high or, but if it comes to the point where I need emergency help, I will go. But other than that, I don't. But anyway, he got pissed off with the sugar thing, and he says, we're done with playing around with it. We're going to get it settled. That was the best thing he could have done was put me on the insulin. Okay, because one thing I wear bifocals. This is already pre-measured. Once you put it on, like I take 10 units after, it depends on what my sugar is at the time, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, but it's all common sense. Okay, like he wants me to take 10 units after eating, but sometimes it's like 235. So I have to guess at it, maybe take 2 or 3 more, or maybe 15 units. To get it down to normal, And this is what I've been doing. I've been playing around. It's like Russian roulette. But it's getting me, on track, and I'm feeling a lot better. But if you can get away from, and you don't have to refrigerate these. These are good for up to 3 weeks. And what I have to do, I have to carry this with me at all times. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to give yourself a shot after each meal. Say, if you go out to eat. Yeah, you have to, test your sugar, and you have to. But I want to tell you something. When you almost die, you learn to appreciate this stuff that you have under control because I'll tell you what, if you do not have control over your own body and somebody else does, you put your life in their hands. And I don't like that feeling any too well, because I know me. I know what my body says. But I want to get it out there about this because it's called the Flex Pen. Now, I'm not advertising for these people, I'm just trying to enlighten people who have diabetes. If they can get on the Flex Pen, do so. Because you can even put it in your wrist. You can even put it in your finger. You can put it in your arm. You can put it in your stomach. You can put it in the leg. I mean, it's so neat that you can do different stuff with it and not have to worry about it being refrigerated. Jim's has to be refrigerated. Another thing is I wear bifocals. I cannot see the numbers that clear. This is already pre-measured. All I have to do is flip it there, put on the units I want, and that's it. Voila. Okay, this is Try 76 signing off.